Two UK teens are fighting to stay anonymous for the murder they committed 5 years ago, now that they have reached maturity. Let's talk.
Schoolgirls who beat woman to death on Snapchat are fighting to stay anonymous. Two teenage girls who beat the vulnerable alcoholic to death in her own home are fighting to keep their identities secret after turning 18. The girls were aged just 13 and 14 when they murdered Angela Wrightson, 39, by repeatedly striking her with a shovel, TV, coffee table, printer and screw-studded stick. The pair had been drinking with Ms. Wrightson inside her home on Stephen Street, Hartlepool, and took selfies together on Snapchat throughout the attack. They were sentenced to a minimum of 15 years in prison in 2016, with their identities kept hidden throughout the court proceedings due to their age and vulnerability. Now their lawyers have gone to the High Court and requested they receive lifelong anonymity. Edward Fitzgerald QC told Mrs. Justice Tipples that both girls suffer from recognizable mental conditions and are extremely psychologically vulnerable. He also noted that there were concerns for the girls' safety, stating that lifting anonymity would create a very significant risk of harm from third parties. Mr. Fitzgerald argued, the claimants live in fear that, if their names are disclosed, they will be attacked. And that affects their mental health and threatens their rehabilitation, and indeed promotes the risk of self-harm or even suicide. The girls are seeking a permanent injunction which will prevent them from being publicly identified as the murderers of Angela Wrightson, as well as risking their psychological health. Lifting a ban on naming the girls will create harm to and anxiety about their families, Mr. Fitzgerald argued. He added, it will also seriously prejudice both their therapeutic treatment and their rehabilitation, in which both have only just begun to make progress. Ms. Wrightson was beaten and tortured by the girls for 7 hours before she died in December 2014. The teens often spent time together on her road, and she was known for inviting schoolchildren into her home to drink in her living room. A court heard how the girls had taken breaks from beating Ms. Wrightson to drink and smoke, choosing weapons from around her house and even leaving for 2 hours at one point to visit a friend. Snapchats shared by the girls showed them smiling with their victim pictured in the background shortly before her death. Ms. Wrightson, who was 5 feet 4 in and weighed 6.5 stone, was found dead in her blood-spattered living room the next morning. In court, the older girl was said to have grown up in a violent household, which trivialized it and caused her to believe that beatings didn't kill people. She had both witnessed and experienced domestic violence, and had been admitted to A&E 24 times for different injuries, jurors heard. The younger girl was described in court as the more dominant of the pair, but had blamed the attack on her friend, claiming she didn't realize what was going on. After the attack, the girls had boasted to friends about being given a lift home by police, who were unaware of the murder. In a picture of them posted online, the younger girl wrote, "Me and older girl, in the back of the busy van again."
Wow, this was a horrific crime 5 years ago. This lady was beat with a shovel, a TV. These young ladies basically tortured this poor lady and beat her to death. But I feel kind of really torn with this one, because what was this 13 and 14-year-old doing in this lady apartment drinking alcohol? I'm not passing judgment on anybody's sexuality, but she looks like a man, and I wonder if she was a lesbian, because I don't see any reason why she would have these 2 young vulnerable girls in her house drinking. And for me, I really don't have a dog in this fight, because what if they wouldn't have went out of control and she would have took advantage of them? Because I would have to question her mindset for drinking with these young, impressionable ladies. That doesn't change the fact of what they did. It doesn't change the fact that it was horrible, but I still blame her and give her the majority of responsibility for what happened, because she was giving alcohol to 2 teen girls and didn't know what type of mindset they had. I'm Mama Rain. Like, share, and subscribe. And as always, have a great day, and don't forget to leave that comment. Bye.